Hello everyone. Today's project is to learn about the XY coordinates in Scratch. So we're going to position our sprites on where they are on the X line, which is horizontal, and the Y, which is vertical. So Y is vertical and X is horizontal. So to do that, we're going to go to Scratch and delete the cat, select the create button, delete the tutorials. And then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a backdrop called the XY dash grid. So that's a backdrop that we're going to use because it shows the X coordinates and the Y coordinates. Then we're going to add the basketball sprite. And then we're going to move the basketball around so that we can actually see where it is on that workspace, where it is in reference to X and reference to Y. So to do that, we're going to be using, as an example, these go-to blocks. So for example, go to X0, Y0. That is right in the center of the workspace. So 0x, 0y is right in the middle. As we move to the right, x becomes greater and it goes all the way to 240. As we move to the left, it becomes a negative number. So all the way to the left side is negative 240. Y, which is up and down, is a positive as you go up, and the highest you can get is a Y of 180. So what that means is X is 240 and 240 wide, plus 240 minus 240. Y, which is up and down, if it's a positive, it's up. If it's negative, it's down. So you can see all the way down here, Y is a negative 180. So here's another example. Right here is X at about 100 and Y is at 0. So if we go to X 100, Y 0, this is where your sprite is going to be. If we go a minus 100X, then it's on the left side of the center mark. So where, in this example, where is 100x, 100y? Both are positive numbers, so it's probably right about here somewhere is 100, 100. The next example is where is minus 150x and minus 150y? Well, they're negative numbers, so that means they're going down and to the left. So 150, 150, oh, let's see, it probably goes right about here is where your sprite is going to be. So we're going to see how this looks in Scratch. So let's go to Scratch and look at the X and the Y coordinates. So here I have Scratch open. The tutorial is deleted. The cat is deleted. So the first thing we were going to do is to open up the backdrop called XY grid. So I'm going to go to the backdrop and choose a backdrop. Now these grids are all the way on the bottom. And there's a couple of them. This is the one that I want. It's called XY grid. And if I see that over here in the window, in fact, over here are your enlarging ones. So this is full screen. So let me click on full screen. And that is the whole workspace now being displayed. And you can see there is 0, 0. And the plus 180 is on top, minus 180 on the bottom. And if I move to the right, X is 240. And to the left, X is minus 240. So I'm going to go back so I can work on some code. So let's go to motion. Oh, I forgot to add a sprite. If you ever notice that sometimes these blocks are not there, that's because you don't have a sprite selected. So let's add the basketball sprite. Let's see. Oh, there's the basketball. And it's going to show up. There it is. So with a sprite highlighted like this, now I've got blocks. So that sometimes happens when you forget to click on a sprite. So here's the basketball. I'm going to take it and put it right about there. And when I let go of the mouse, you can see here, let me zoom in a little bit, that y is a negative 106 and x is 4. Well, if you notice the center of my basketball right there in the middle, it's kind of right, oh, that's not good. It's pretty close though. It's just to the right of the axis, and I'm about halfway down, which is about a negative 106. If I take the basketball and I move it all the way to the left, let's go back here. Try that again. There we go. And now you can see my x is 221 and y is a negative 1. So it's a little bit below the y-axis and it's way to the left side. So let's get that go-to block. That's a motion. And let's go here. Now, if I'm going to double click and put 0, and up here I'm going to go 0, and if I hit enter, or I click on the block, there we go. The ball goes right in the middle. If I go to, let's see if I can make this a little larger. There we go. So if I go to minus 100, let's see, minus 100, and I hit enter, and I click on the block, notice where it goes. Let's put a minus 100 for the y. Not minus 1,000. And I click on the block, it goes there. So by using the xy coordinates here, let's go 50 on the x and minus 100 on the y. So where's that going to go? Well, let's see, it's a positive 50, so it's probably just going to put it right about there somewhere. So when I click on the block, there it goes. So you can use these xy coordinates to move the ball around. So why don't you try that out? Just get the grid, the xy grid, and then just try moving the ball around in different places on the grid. And that way you'll learn where the x and the y coordinates are. Okay, have fun.